Hello, everyone. Today we're visiting the West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center outside of Brownsville, Tennessee. There's actually 3 museums inside this main building right here, as well as 2 historic buildings outside. This first room we're going to go into is the West Tennessee Cotton Museum. Having grown up on a farm where we raised cotton, this is kind of special to me. A lot of people, both black and white, made their living as sharecroppers in the South. This pretty well went out of existence in the 1960s as mechanical cotton pickers came into being. It's a 9-foot cotton sack. I don't think I ever saw one that big. You got paid by how much cotton you picked. Here's where they're weighing the cotton. I actually have a set of these scales out in my shed, but this is where they would weigh the cotton to see how much you picked and how much you got paid. There's a floor loom, and underneath that is some baskets with some cotton in them. There's a spinning wheel. And a photo of an old cotton gin with bales of cotton outside. I can remember my mother and grandmother making quilts. There's the scales that they would weigh the cotton trailer with when you brought it to the cotton gin. I always loved going to the cotton gin when I was a little boy. Over there is the wooden keg that they would take water with them out to the field. And that's what a bale of cotton looks like. And the scales where they're weighing it. And this tells you everything that can be made from just one bale of cotton. Here's a model of a cotton farm and a cotton gin over next to it. Me and my cousin would have had a ball playing with this when we were kids. You can see the inside of the cotton gin too. They have a lot of neat historic photos of how cotton was raised locally. You can see how mules and horses were used in the old days to work the fields. A few old plows and fertilizer spreaders and planters on display. This shows some of the cotton gins that used to be in the area. Some good photos of some of them. Next room we're going to go into is the Hatchie Scenic River Museum. The Hatchie River is of considerable geographic, cultural, and historical significance. It is the only major river in West Tennessee that has never been impounded, channelized, or otherwise modified by human activity to any major degree. It is indicative of what much of West Tennessee must have been like before European settlement in the early 19th century. It's a pretty big alligator gar that came out of the Hatchie. Here's a alligator snapping turtle that came out of the Hatchie. I don't think I want to run into him. This tells about the Chickasaw Indians that inhabited this area at one time, their music, and some of the musical instruments that they used. The third museum here is the West Tennessee Music Museum. This room tells the story of many of the musical artists that have come from West Tennessee. Here's Carl Perkins, who was born in Tiptonville. Valerie June, who was born in Jackson and grew up in Humboldt. Coco Taylor from Memphis, the Queen of the Blues. Carl Mann, who was from Huntington. Dave Clark, who was from Jackson. And Anita Ward, who was from Memphis. Malcolm Yelvington, who was from Covington. T.G. Shepard, who was from Humboldt. Billy Ware, who was from Jackson. James Howell, who was from Gibson County. Rayburn Anthony, he was from Humboldt. And of course, Elvis Presley. Sleepy John Estes from Ripley and Brownsville. Hammy Nixon from Brownsville. Yank Rachel from Brownsville. Alex Harvey from Haywood County. Petey Wheatstraw from Ripley. Eddie Arnold from Henderson. Stax Records out of Memphis. Big Maybell out of Jackson. And John Kilzer out of Jackson and Memphis. Mike Snyder from Gleason. And of course, Tina Turner from Nutbush. Out behind the West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center is Flag Grove School. This is the schoolhouse that Tina Turner went to school in, and it was moved here from Nutbush. Inside the Flag Grove School is the Tina Turner Museum. They have a lot of the costumes that she wore. There's the way that Wembley Stadium was set up for one of her concerts. Gold records. from the movie Tommy, the Acid Queen. Some more gold records. Then the back of the schoolhouse is set up the way it would have looked when Tina went to school there. I had to be sure and mute all the audio that was going on inside the museum so I didn't get a copyright infringement from the music. And there's her high school annual with her picture in it. Next to the Flag Grove Schoolhouse and the Tina Turner Museum is this simple 2-room shotgun-style house that was the home of bluesman Sleepy John Estes. Sleepy John was born in 1899 in Ripley, Tennessee, but later moved to Brownsville. His music influenced such artists as the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and Led Zeppelin. Say, cigar box guitar. The man himself. Sleepy John Estes died in Brownsville in 1977. Shows all the places that he toured in his career. If you like this video, be sure and hit the like button. And as always, feel free to subscribe to the channel.